Hi guys, my name is Perry Lim. I'm an orthopedic surgery resident at Mayo Clinic. So I actually heard from Dr. Sam Saeed, who's also a emergency resident at Mayo Clinic. During my time here in the last couple months, he's really just kind of said, hey, there's something called crossovers conversations where we're trying to connect both the love and passion of basketball with both middle school and high school kids and allow them to kind of share their love and share our passion for the game. I mean, honestly, it's amazing. I mean, it's such a broad word, but it comes to both not only the organization, the coaches, the players today. All the campers today are so motivated. They're excited to learn, which I think is one of the hardest parts about any camp. Shane Fuentes, I have huge props to him, and Justin behind the camera. They've made an amazing program here where we've allowed to share our passion for the game, and we've gotten everyone energized and ready to learn every single day. So it's honestly one of the best experiences I've had a lot in Rochester thus far. I think my favorite moment thus far has been a camper pulling me aside after drill and genuinely asking for feedback. I think it is such a beautiful thing when campers feel comfortable enough to fail, comfortable enough to want to improve. And I think that's, if campers are asking by themselves, hey, what can I do better? Like, what do you think I could have, what did I not do so well in that last drill? If they're willing to come up to me with have their own courage and ask for feedback on what they're doing, I've done my job. So that just makes me so happy. So a lot of years ago, I used to play professional basketball and I represented the men's national team from Malaysia actually. So I used to play professional basketball back in the day, but now just another hooper. I think the only thing that supersedes my love for my family and basketball is my love for medicine, right? Being able to work with different patient populations, right? In basketball, we were able to give back, but I think in a different way, in medicine, I'm also able to give back. And that's something I've been passionate about even before I even started playing basketball. And I think it was a very easy decision to see, like, hey, my knees aren't gonna hold on to my 30s, but my mind hopefully will last a little longer. So my focus is in orthopedic surgery. So orthopedic surgery, I like to kind of put it in layman's terms as we work with bones, both broken, non-broken, and any kind of sport injuries that you might see off the court and any other sort of sport. So we're also a surgical specialty. So, in the OR operating room, we hope to fix those bones and give patients basically a better function of life before they started surgery. So I think the passion really came from, I think I had a lot of exposure as a kid, through a sports aspect. But for me, the biggest passion came during my college, kind of med school, early school days. I think we talk a lot about mentorship here at this basketball camp, and I had a lot of mentorship in orthopedic surgery, and they've really kind of shaped my path and my career in terms of, advocating for me, as well as saying, hey, there's no better thing in the world no better thing else in the world than orthopedic surgery, and the patients you get to treat and help. It's a long journey, right? This is something that happens overnight. It's not something that happens over a year. It's something that's a culmination of, a long process of, even applying to med school or being an undergrad, kind of showing what your interests are. And I think I urge you guys to not, dump in, head first and be like, hey, I'm so stressed about trying to do this thing. So what I would urge you guys to do is focus on one thing that you're really passionate about, whether that's in the community, whether that's research focused, whether that's in the clinical aspect, right? Focus that and find your niche, right? For me, as someone who's been through medical school and now starting residency, I think the people that are most successful are people that are able to help those in a specific niche as opposed to helping a little bit in a very broad spectrum. So, whether that's find your niche right now, figure out what you love, what you don't love, right, and kind of go from there. So two things I would say for me. I think one of the things I talked about was discipline, right? From a discipline aspect, when you're on a team, there is a unsaid rule that when you come into practice every single day, you put everything aside and you focus on getting better, right? And the second thing I want to mention is getting better, right? In basketball, being able to find a passion for the game I love, being able to improve on my skills, whether that's working on post moves, working on handling the ball. Those are all things I want to continually improve. And I think those aspects have really brought my career, both my personal life and my professional career, have really helped me want to continually improve, but also continually find feedback, find ways to make myself a better physician. Don't be afraid to fail. I think one thing I would tell all the campers today, I don't care if you miss 15 jump shots, if you're doing the right way, right, that's perfect. Medicine, whether that's tests, grades, don't be afraid to fail. because I would urge you to fail harder. Right? You learn more from all the failures you have in your life as opposed to all the successes you've had. And I failed more times than I can count my entire life, but I'm so grateful for all those failures. Each single time I failed, they've taught me something new about myself or something I need to improve on. So I would say fail harder.